I listened to what you said about forgiving and apologizing to my mum and my father. I did that, and I just want to say thank you. It's hard to kind of explain the feeling.
Yeah.
I know there's a long way to go, but honestly, it's,
The change that you have, it's just been a blessing, and it's changing my life. It's changing my daughter's life. And I just don't want her to have to grow up and forgive me. So,
welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir.
I was just calling in to say, I just wanted to say thank you so much for your advice. I listened to what you said about forgiving and apologizing to my mum and my father. I did that, and I just want to say thank you. It's hard to kind of explain the feeling.
Yeah.
I know there's a long way to go, but honestly, it's, I can't explain. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. What did your mother say when you went and forgave her?
At first she was kind of stunned, and then we kind of spoke a little bit, and she kind of, I would explain like little things that I could remember where I'd either done something or something had been done, and then we kind of both just understood like it wasn't really anyone's fault, but that doesn't mean that I can't say, look, I know you did that, but like I don't care. Like we can move forward and just be, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Nice. And how about your father?
He was a bit more silent, but he at the end he was quite grateful. He doesn't really speak much as it is, but the air and the tension that has been between us has disappeared. I found myself to be more calmer and less talkative and trying to fill space when I'm around him.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, no, thank you so much. Honestly, it's amazing. Thank you.
And one last thing before you leave: are you doing the silent prayer every morning, every night?
Yes, sir. It took me a while to really get into it, but the last 3 nights I've been doing it before bed and then doing it in the morning. I have to remind myself before we jump into the world. Let's just focus, remember what we're doing and where we're trying to go, and get rid of all the thoughts before they arrive and we leave the door.
Well, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it, and watch those thoughts. All you have to do is watch, go about your day, and sit at the gate of the thoughts and just watch. It's going to be amazing. You haven't seen anything. Stay with it, man.
Thank you very much. You too. Have a gorgeous day, mate.
You too, buddy. Thank you. Your enemy is within. And it's without inside of others too, but it's not. Other people are not your enemy. It's their enemy driving them to make you be, to create an enemy. It's up to you. It's so amazing how everything you think is wrong. All thoughts are truly all lies all the time. And everyone is suffering because they're into thoughts. And they run deep, layers and layers and layers of lies, of thoughts. You've been trained. You've been brainwashed. Lauren, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. I was just calling in to give you an update on the advice you gave me.
Okay.
I am working on forgiving my mother. Well, I did forgive my mother, and it just got to the point that I feel it's best not to talk to them because they try to bring me in a place that I don't need to be in as I'm overcoming,
right?
You know, that bad spirit of anger.
Yes.
I talked to my dad. I confessed to him that I don't remember what happened to me when I was younger, and I let him hear our interview, and he was just so happy. And it's just been a blessing because, oh my God, it's just been a blessing. Other than that, I also took your advice to get my vehicle back from my daughter's dad, and it sells today, so that's another blessing.
Amazing.
And the silent prayer is something that I do with my daughter. She loves the amazing thing that you say. So she watches with me as well, and I'm just grateful for the change that you have. It's just been a blessing, and it's changing my life. It's changing my daughter's life. and I just don't want her to have to grow up and forgive me. So becoming who I'm supposed to be in Christ is where I'm at. I've let go of my addictions, which was smoking that I held on to for like 16 years, and I'm only 28, so imagine that. And I no longer have that desire to do it. Although sometimes temptation does come in my mind, I resist that thought, and I stay busy with other things. So I just thank you so much for the change that you motivated me to do for myself.
Well, you definitely sound better. You sound clearer. And right on. Are you doing? What did your mother say when you went to her and forgave her?
She was basically had no words, and as long as I can do what I'm supposed to do and forgive her, that's all I can do.
That's right.
It's always like a pity party that she wants, and she went through some things, like, it's a generational thing. Her mom didn't care for her properly, but I don't want to use that as an excuse. I'm an overcomer of my past, and I don't want to hold on to it. So I'm living in the present day, and it's just a whole new way that I look at life, and putting God first when I make decisions is just, I helped my daughter's dad as best as I could, and now it's time to cut the ties and put myself first. So that's the journey that I'm on.
Yeah, and just realize you can't help him. He needs to be leading you, not you leading him. You work on you. Stay with that. Are you doing the prayer every morning, every night?
We haven't been doing it every morning, every night. I do get on my knees every morning and every night. I'm trying to get in the schedule of, I do talk to her and tell her how to relax her body in order to open up to receive it. The first time we did it, we actually fell asleep. So it was just so relaxing and therapeutic. But it is something that I do have to get in the cycle of doing every day because she's homeschooled. So I do have the ability to do that. So I'm going to try to make that the next thing that I get myself in the cycle of doing, is putting that in my everyday routine.
And make sure you do, because now that you're waking up, you got some light you can see. Satan does not want to depart from you, and he's going to work overtime inside of you to try to convince you that, oh, no, this is not going to work. Don't do it. Don't do it. He doesn't want to depart from you. He lives in human beings. He dwells in human beings. So you must do it, all right? And stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. What were you on your knees for?
That's just how I wake up and do my prayers in the morning. Just to thank God, and just the healing that I'm receiving. It's just, I don't know, like, that's just the humblest way that I can do it is just bowing, before God and going into prayer, which is what I've been taught, along the way. But the way that you showed me, the way that I learned in the silent prayer was it is so much more relaxing. So I do want to get in the habit of that. But I have to break my old habits in order to get there. So
yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm going to work on.
Yeah, because to be humble is to let go and stop trying to change your own life. We can't change life. We have to live life. We can't change it, right? So keep getting on your knees and doing your little hooping and hollering, and and begging the Lord. And when you're finished, get up and be still. And your body will relax because you've been so stressed out for so long in your life, trying to make things work. And now you're letting go, so that stress of the body is coming down on you. And eventually you will not operate under stress. It will be outside of you, but it won't be inside of you, and you'll be free. So do both until you see the right way to go, for sure.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Peterson. I love you, and like I said, I'm so grateful for all you've done for me, and in that little time frame, I can definitely see the change that happens when you actually listen and apply it to your life.
Yes. Stay with it, stay with it. You haven't seen anything yet. It gets clearer and clearer and clearer, and the love of the Father, the light of the Father will guide you all the way. All right?
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for the update. That's amazing.
It is. Thank you.
Tell your daughter.
Have a great day.
Tell your daughter I said amazing.
Can you tell her? Yeah, let her. Let her hear it. Oh, my gosh, she's so happy.
All right.
on the phone. Jesse Lee, come here. He's going to tell you something. Do you want to say it for him first, or you want him to say it to you? Say it. Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing. What's her first name?
Thank you so much, Jesse. We appreciate you.
What is her first name?
It's Paris.
Paris.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Stay with us. Stay with us. Stay with it. All right?
Yes, sir. We'll do that.
Amazing. Thank you. It doesn't take, really, you can change just like that at the twinkling of an eye if you didn't have so many identities. But because we all have so many identities, we've been taught to have them, and we think it's us, it's hard to let them go. But once you start dropping them layer after layer after layer after layer, you're like happy to let them go. And you start to see that you're not your identities.